Hey budgeting friends, welcome back to my channel and another episode. This is actually episode 3 of my budget friendly meals that I plan on putting out once a week for you guys. Today we're going to do a very quick and simple meatball sub. This is actually, if you watched my picadillo recipe, I had a 5-pound roll of the ground chuck and I split into 3. So this I actually weighed it individually. It's 1.73 pounds of ground meat. You're gonna need some type of cheese. Provolone is the one we went with tonight. You could do mozzarella, you can even do cheddar, it doesn't matter, whatever cheese that you like. I did get these hoagie rolls. These were $2.38 at my store for 6. Of course, you have to have garlic and onion powder. I am gonna throw a little bit of fresh garlic in there too. We're going to season the meatballs with the beef bouillon, some Worcestershire sauce, or I call it Worcestershire because there's so many different ways of saying it. You're going to need a little bit of salt, and I don't have Italian seasoning, but I have this Sicilian herb seasoning, so we're going to use this. So yes, these are going to be meatballs without breadcrumbs, crackers, or anything like that. So if you are doing the low carb route, you can totally make these meatballs, and instead of doing bread, which they do have low carb hoagies, which I just saw at HEB, you can also do any kind of like zoodles or something like that. So go ahead and stick around. I'm going to put this in this bowl, get some gloves on, and start to season up the ground meat. Smush down the meat so that we can season it. First, we're going to start off with our garlic powder. Y'all know we love garlic, so I'm going to put a ton. It is like an Italian-ish type of dish. Oh, and I did forget to mention, because I'm trying to do this a little quickly, your preference of sauce. I've been getting this tomato and Alfredo sauce at my local HEB ever since we moved out here, and I'm really loving it. It actually has like nice pieces of garlic in it. It's really well seasoned. I'm hitting it with the onion powder. Really well seasoned. It does not taste anything like Alfredo sauce. It just tastes kind of like a creamy version of regular tomato sauce. So, but the choice is up to you, whatever you want. So garlic and onion powder to your liking. We like a lot. I'm going to do maybe a tablespoon of the garlic. I'm gonna do a tablespoon of our beef bouillon. And then put this here. Same with the Worcestershire, whatever y'all call it. I do not know how to say it correctly. Worcestershire, Worcester's, whatever. I say Worcest, and that's just how we say it here. You're going to do a tablespoon of the Worcestershire. Put this over here. Then I'm going to hit it with my wannabe Italian seasoning over here. Forgot what we made with this the last time, but the seasoning came out really good. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of this. So I would say roughly about a tablespoon and a half of an Italian seasoning of your choice. And then I'm just going to hit it with about a tablespoon of some pink salt just to make sure our meat has plenty of flavor. And we're just going to give this a good mix. This is going to feel weird because of these nails that I have on under these gloves. I'm making a mess. And we're pretty much just going to roll these up. This is going to make quite a bit of meatballs. And if you make them semi-big, they will shrink up a little bit. I like the smaller meatballs because when you bite into a meatball sub, if the meatball is too big, you can kind of like, I don't know, it's just like a weird bite. So I want to do some semi-small ones. This is going to be enough meatballs to have for dinner for tonight for our meatball subs. But I'm also going to probably freeze the remainder of it to save for a quick spaghetti and meatball either at the end of the week, or I could use it for any other time in the future. As long as I keep it in the freezer in a freezer Ziploc, it should be good to go. So just mixing everything in. And you totally can add breadcrumbs. It's completely up to you. I just don't like to add the breadcrumbs. Sometimes it gets it too thick. And if I am doing keto, which your girl should be doing it, Ooh, I felt one of those nails pop off. I don't like to, I have my electric skillet right here. I don't have it on yet because I don't want them to not cook the same. So I'm just gonna flatten some out. Meatball size to your liking. And as long as you don't mess with them, they will stick together. And I did forget to mention, I will put the ingredients across the screen for y'all, so y'all could take a screenshot. Okay, friends, I did lose a nail. How ghetto. Anyways, so this ended up being 24 meatballs. They are all different shapes and sizes. It doesn't matter. They're going to be covered in sauce. And another thing I wanted to mention is you do not need to add any type of oil. This is just my non-stick electric skillet. And as you can see, a lot of them are already rendering their own fat, so we're good to go. We're going to brown these up really good and then put the lid on them so they can finish cooking. In the meantime, I'm going to get my sauce in another bowl so that it's ready to go. With my sauce, I am going to doctor it up just a little bit. Let me just show you guys real quick what that's going to be with. So I really don't need to do much to it, but I do like to add more bouillon. I love this stuff. I literally use it in everything. I have chicken, tomato, and the beef one. So I'm going to add just a little bit for flavor of the tomato bouillon. I normally start with like half a tablespoon, mix it up really good, and then taste it and go from there. So just wanted to share that tip with you. The meatballs are still browning up. I will be back when they are ready for the lid so you can see how they look. Just gonna give these a quick turn. You do want to do it gently because y'all know there is nothing binding these meatballs. It's just the meat and seasoning. So because there's no breadcrumb or anything, they are a little bit sensitive, but as soon as they get browned up on all sides, they're good to go. So you just want to roll them over nice and neat so that they all get browned evenly on each side. Okay, friends, so this is how they are looking. They are not fully cooked. They are slightly pink. The one, if I can show you on this end, it has a little bit of pink. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Very little pink. So what we're gonna do is, I was cooking this on medium-high heat. I put it on low, and I'm gonna add in 1 cup of water. And we're gonna put the lid on here, and this is gonna cook on low for another 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. This is just gonna finish cooking up the meatballs without really drying them out, because even though we're gonna put them in sauce, you don't want a dry meatball. So be right back. Okay, so I apologize now because my ring light died on me. So I just want to show you guys what it's looking like. So they are cooked down. I am going to drain most of this fat. I'm not going to drain all of it because there is some flavor in there. As you can see, like this right here. Scrape the bottom and that's all flavor. That's going to go into our sauce. So be right back. I just want to show you guys what it's looking like. Once again, I apologize for this shadow. And y'all can see my phone holder and all that. So be right back. Alright, so I decided not to have my sauce in a bowl and just save a bowl or whatever for as far as cleaning. I added a little bit of water to this jar of sauce and I poured the sauce in here. So just to get that extra sauce out of there. We're just gonna hit it with our little spatula spoon. And I am just scraping the bottom because all of that, not char, but just the flavor from the meatball sauteing on there is that good. So I'm just going to lightly just incorporate everything. It smells so good in here. And this is basically done. So the skillet is now turned off. I'm going to, I kind of thought this would be enough meatballs for like a second meal. It may not be, it may be, I don't know, we'll see. I've never used these hoagies before. I usually get a different type of bread, but This is still kind of like a new area for me, and they don't have the same stuff that my Kroger had. They don't even have Kroger's here at all, so I have to just work with what I got. So the lid's just gonna go back on here, and I am going to show you guys what I do with the hoagie bread. Okay, don't judge my baking sheet. When I moved, I actually ended up leaving all of my freaking cake pans and cookie sheets in the oven, under like the little sliding drawer underneath the oven when we move. So if y'all trying to get me something for Christmas, y'all, I need some cookie sheets, some baking sheets. So anyways, this is the hoagie. I'm just gonna put a little bit of butter on here. I'm only gonna do one right now because me and the hubby are not gonna eat right this second, because we are watching the football game and having a couple beers. So this is my Minions. So I'm just going to put a little bit of butter. I had the oven already preheated to 350. You can slice the hoagie bread in half if you want. My hubby does not like me to slice it. He likes it to be kind of like a hot dog bun. Ooh, butter. Whatever, this is my own house. So yes, I pulled that off my nail. So there is that. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of garlic powder on the butter that I just put, if I can find it. So to put a little bit of garlic powder on there just for some extra flavor. And I'm going to put this in the oven for maybe a good 5 minutes, and just let it get a little bit toasty. And then we're going to add the meatballs with our provolone cheese and we'll be good to go. All right, friends. So I just let it toast a little bit because I don't want it to burn. Because I do have to put it back in the oven so that we can get our, hopefully I don't make a mess, our cheese to melt. So I think I'm gonna do 4 meatballs. I try not to put too much sauce inside of the sub because you don't want the bread to get soggy. I'm gonna just cut this provolone slice in half. You don't want the bun to get soggy. So what I do is I add a little bit of sauce in a little small container and we can use it to dip. So I'm putting this back in the oven. All right, friends, so this is our finished product. So very simple, super easy and cheap. It's basically just the ground meat, a sauce, some bread, and a few simple seasonings. I serve it with a little bit of the sauce on the side to dip so that the bun doesn't get too soggy. And I just serve it with some chips. My son likes these, so I grabbed these for him. You can always throw on a little bit of Parmesan cheese, which he'll do too. And I actually did have enough, so 4 meatballs for Caleb's sub. This one's gonna be my sub, hubby sub, and then I actually do 4 meatballs for each serving when we do spaghetti. So I'll have enough for me, hubby, and my kid again. If it's not enough sauce for spaghetti, I can always throw in another jar because I usually get the same kind anyways. So yeah, I hope this video finds you guys well. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, comment down below what you think about it. Thank you guys so much. Stay blessed and safe. Bye.